Watford.
Well, nah. You see who it is, man. You see who it is, man. 5 dudes, full trade. Look, check this out, man. Me and my dogs in here. We here to talk about the Pelicans signing Trendon Watford, man. LSU product, boy from Alabama, Southern all the way around. We got some film we gonna watch. We got some couple of highlights. I want to talk about a triple double game. We gonna watch some of that. Um, Before we get into the show, like y'all got any thoughts about Trent? Y'all familiar with his game?
Super familiar with this game, man. I think he's grown exponentially since he's gotten to the league. Um, the shot ain't there, but basketball ain't just all about shooting. Like his ability to defend, run the break. I think he's a really good decision maker, right? Like he can do a lot of good for a basketball team. Um, I think the season with the Blazers, where like I felt like people were out, but yet he got called up and he got a chance to kind of run the table a little bit, and he was having a lot of success, man. I always thought he was good. I thought he was going to be a really good pro, and the ability for the Pelicans to pick up on somebody like him, now you kind of want to see what they're going to do about opening said spot and making sure that he'll have enough runway. But I think this is a really good pickup and could be beneficial for the Pels.
No doubt, Chris. You got any familiarity with bro game before we get started?
Yeah, I mean, I remember him at LSU. I believe he was a former 5-star recruit. Um, yeah, I mean, just a smart player, bro. I always, try to think of it like, man, like you can't put a price cap or financially represent IQ or smarts. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like it just shows up in so many different ways that doesn't dive directly into numbers or box scores, right? And you know, what a guy like Watford, I think that's very important to remember or think about because face value, you think, okay, well, this is somebody who's, you paying $3 million and he's not a big, and he can't shoot. And you keep it every time every time the Pelicans bring in somebody, they've signed somebody, they drafted somebody that either A can't shoot or is not a big. People like, why? What is he here for, right? What?
Mm-hmm.
But Five talked about it. If there's one thing Watford is, he's very, very, very intelligent on the floor. And this basketball team needs people that understand their role, their significance, angles, cutting, timing, decision making. That shit plays and it's gonna get you on the floor. And when you have so many, I think the benefit for somebody like him is that you have so many people that need the basketball on your team. So if you put them in a situation where you're playing somebody that understands, like it's not my job to score, it's not my job to shoot, it's my job to find these dudes. So
Right.
that's where a guy like Michael Peavy wins because of his IQ and his understanding, him moving the basketball. That's where Herb wins when he's on the floor. Bryce McGowan's last year. Like smart basketball players are going to do numbers on most teams. But for the New Orleans Pelicans right now, if you ain't got a strong skill set and your best attribute is your mind, it works for me.
No doubt, man. Well, without further ado, man, we gonna jump right into bros triple double game, and I guess we'll watch the film, man. Y'all tell me how you think he'll help this team. Obviously, y'all told me IQ, but if anything else jump out at y'all, man, let me know. Shout out to the NBA, man. This for you, man. This is by you.
Hmm. He's a playmaker, man. And something else I think about, right? The Pelicans guys, they're gonna have to, since it's clear that this center position really ain't changing dramatically more than likely into the season or
Mhm.
to the season starts or afterwards.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to lean into some of these smaller lineups, like
Oh,
these 6'8", 6'9"
yeah.
crossover lineups. Like they're gonna have to lean into it. They're gonna have to find strengths for what they have. Like if you ain't got the shit in the kitchen to make the goddamn meal, what you cooking?
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to turn to the ancestors. And I think a guy like Wofford, when you look at where Herb is 6'8", Trey is like 6'9", Zion 6'6", 6'7". Like DeJounte's 6'5" ish. Sadiq Bey 6'7", 6'8". They got a lot of guys that fall in between that small forward, power forward size. Um, but can all do different things. Like I'm curious to see if Watford has the ability to or the opportunity to do that.
I think it's really I think you're right,
Pass.
Chris. The ability to have multiple guys, right, that can defend, switch, and play make, dribble, pass, and i.e. shoot. Like that's important, especially in this day and age of the NBA, right? I mean, you need guys like that. You need the long arm defenders, heady players, although I don't like using that term, but it's gonna have
I
to
got you.
work for this one. But you can see
Mm,
here, like he's fearless and he's a good ball handler.
mm-hmm,
Like, I think that's super underrated. I can
mm-hmm.
give the ball
Yeah.
to my 6'9", 6'8" power forward and not be afraid that he's gonna turn the ball over. That's a plus. And then
Mhm.
he's only making 3 mil. Like, that's a win for me.
Team full of Derek Queens. No
But a
disrespect.
guy, I guess, but a guy that understands that he's not Derek Queen.
Yeah.
His job is not to be Derek Queen. Um, that's interesting, man. It's just I think the biggest compliment that we'd be able to give Jamal Mosley is that if he's able to make these guys, I mean,
The
buy
pass.
in is such a vague way of saying thing. It's such I mean, like it's always repeated. It's kind of lazy, but when you talk about like the log jam of like the redundant talents that you have in certain spaces, if you're able to make a good team out of this, of all these different guys that feel like they need the ball, whether as their ability to play make or facilitate or score, that would be one of the best compliments you would give Moses if he's able to make that work. Because our biggest thing right now is like, well, not only do you have other needs, but how does this work well together? Like we can't see that vision just yet.
Damn skinny man. Um, I'm seeing obviously I didn't see this game, so this is like my first time watching the highlights of this game for real. But see a dude like Five said, very competent enough to dribble, like and engaged in his dribble, not afraid to dribble. Being a taller, you know, player, man. Like the Pelicans don't have a lot of this on their team, so you got to take the talent you could get.
I, see, then it's against a really good defensive team in Toronto at the time, right? He didn't have any problems with him. Like, he didn't seem out of place. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like,
Oh, okay.
look at that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't make that play unless you're like super
Yeah,
confident in yourself.
yeah,
I mean, like,
yeah. I like that.
and I think he's one of those guys that can like rally a team or a team can rally behind. He feels like a leader.
Yeah,
Although I don't even know how to position this, but like
pass.
he's not the star of your team, but yeah, he's a leader. And all leaders are not made equal. Yeah, he's not taking the last shot at the game, but I feel super confident that he's going to make the right decision at the right time.
You know what I think. My bad, Chris. Go ahead.
I mean, it's how guys like Kyle Anderson have stayed around forever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's how TJ McConnell at the guard position stayed around forever and still stays around. Like we sometimes like make basketball, we complicate basketball to skill sets so often, but we have so many examples of players that don't have the modern skill sets that just find a way to fit on the floor. We all play with a guy like that don't really do much of anything great, but you just got a comfort level of playing with him because he's so damn smart.
hmm
Whether it's the right pass, the right cut, whether it's the right communication, whether it's the right defensive read, whether it's the right layup, the right shot. I mean, it times up. I mean, well, it becomes timely, and who love that shit? Coaches. So, personnel.
I can tell you this, to be honest. Jamal Mosley got a tight.
He do.
That that
He do.
brother got a tight.
He do. He do. What you
I ain't mad at him.
how we describe his type though? How will we put his type into words?
Uh, defensive first and defensive first, long arm, 6'8" to 6'9". Offensively needs some work, but he can live with it. You know what I mean? Like he can live with it. It's like when you was in college and you had a type. She wasn't the baddest, but she was the coldest.
It's a difference.
It's a difference. They got a lot of cold ones. They not the baddest though.
Talk to
they
me.
In a set, they had a certain level of skill. Their skill sets were closely aligned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No doubt.
That's
I feel like we podding right now, man. Shout out to Mose, man. I seen Mose in the community the other day. Today actually. You know what I'm saying? Around here getting his haircut, going to schools and shit. Shout out to Mose, man. But shout out to having a type. Shout out to the baddest versus the coldest.
Yeah. Amen.
Man, I feel like, again, me and Chris differ about the talent on this team. And I think somebody like him, what you signed him for, it's kind of hard to. You got to roll with that, man. He available. It was crazy. I read an article last week about the Cavaliers being really interested in signing him to bolster the depth on their bench.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think something else in regards to a type that we can add to what Five is saying. I think it's those guys that specifically that are at that size that create. He likes people that can dribble the basketball and get to the cup. May not always, and it's not always necessarily getting to the cup, being able to score, being able to being able to get to the cup to open up ball rotation, getting up to open up corner threes. And Watford's a guy like that. You see a lot of him getting to the basket, all of it. Whether he's dribbling off the rebound, whether he's bringing the ball up the court off of inbound, or whether he's, there was a couple Iverson cuts there, ironically, there in Philly, where he's taking the ball and finishing within, 10 feet. Just, the simple shit. That plays though, bro. That wins. It's the small shit. Like, bro, how many times have we seen the Pelicans lose games just doing dumb stuff, just not having
a lot.
We're watching with them. It's like, why did you make that decision? Why did the ball go there? Why was that the play? Why was that like guys like that are calm, and bring that leadership, even if it's not what they say, but how they play. That shit catches on to other people, and you would like it to with some of the younger guys that you want to really take a step forward this year. With Fears, Peavy, and Queen.
Good.
I was gonna say this. I think Chris brings up a really good point. What's the one thing coaches like to have good players, right? Is for a coach, it also takes like the pressure off of you, right? The need to not have to call a play, right? Like to get your team settled. Like when you got guys out there that could just do it or make a play, it alleviates certain things that you don't have to worry about. I think Trendon Watford does that, right? Like he has the ability, like I trust him enough. And for a guy like Jamal, like he's defensive first. Like he wants his team to run and play a lot in transition and secondary. So if I got a guy like that, that's like in trail and he can go draw two to the ball and starts to swing, that helps me. Like I don't have to worry about this possession because my players already created the advantage. I don't have to stop the play for him to do that for me. Like there's an advantage there to have a guy that can just make a play. That's why everybody be scouring the league just to find him.
So let me ask y'all this. We ain't gonna have this ain't gonna be a super long show. we've seen players be signed this summer. Um, players, two other guys, Koloko.
Hey,
And,
that's plural.
you're right.
That's
You're
plural.
right.
That
You're right.
counts.
You're right. You're right. Is this a camp body or is this somebody you think? I mean, obviously he signed a deal, so I guess I can't really ask that question per se. But I mean, the same with I don't remember what Koloko, what the money was or what the situation was. To be
It
honest,
wasn't $3 million.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So never mind. I was about to ask if this is a camp body, but obviously, like he getting the money. He getting the money for real.
No. I think he's gonna be on his bench for
You
sure.
think
For
this
sure.
is a
In what
contributor?
capacity?
I was about to say, is this a day one contributor for this
Oh,
team?
I don't know about day one, but it's definitely a contributor between injuries and between how Mosley operates. Everybody gets a shot. Everybody gets a chance. Like last year, even when Orlando was healthy, guys, or even in previous years, there've been players that Caleb Houston, for example, or there was times when Jet Howard wasn't playing and Jet is playing. And I think the year before that it was Okoye, and then you got like he's no he's no stranger to giving guys an opportunity. Jamal Cain. Jamal Cain had no business, had no plan in playing, not critical minutes for Orlando. He ends up playing big minutes, big playoff minutes. So whether it's by
He
injuries or whether it's
started.
just yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's insane.
So
For real.
if he fits Mosley's type, like Five said, he will definitely have an opportunity. Because I know guys currently right now that's on the roster that don't fit his type.
I,
That's go,
no,
go ahead.
I think Chris brings up an interesting point where, like, he gonna give you an opportunity, dog. Like, I guess if you hooping in practice, I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Jamal Cain had to be hooping in practice to get a look. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And like, if you balling, like, he gonna give you some run, and whatever you do with said time, and it seems like he's fair in that, right? Like, you're gonna get an opportunity. You just have to wait and be patient for your time and do what you need to do. I guess to prove said or earn that right to do so or get that opportunity. The more and more I watch of like Orlando tape, and that's kind of what I've been doing in passing, I start to understand Jamal Mosley and what's your boy
Paolo,
from Duke, Paolo. Like I understand the rift. I truly
talk to
understand
me.
it now.
Talk to me, yeah, for sure. Let's say this.
He settles so much. He settles so much. And that's just like, I think Mosley likes good shots, right? Like a pull up two off of 7 dribbles is not good basketball in Jamal Mosley's eyes. And Paolo just doesn't play that way. He just doesn't. Like, he's a bully when he gets downhill, but he don't want to be a bully all the time. For some reason, he wants to play finesse. And I think that might be the Seattle in him. You know what I mean? Like that feeling of street ball, and I got it on the string, and I can do that too. Well, I don't think Mosley wanted him to do that.
Yeah, Five. That's such a great point, bro. Because like, see, here's the thing. I feel like the the compromise that those two should have made is just having Paolo set up in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
Just let him set up in the middle of the floor versus him taking the basketball and just trying to dribble the ball to get there versus ISOing to get there or running screen and rolls to him for him to get there to take those shots anyway. Just set him up there and make the defense react to him there because you're bailing defenses out when they're already giving you space. They're already giving you space, and your money spot, your favorite spot to shoot from is the free throw line. Like it would be different if he was 6'2".
Bro.
If he was, it would be different if he didn't take up so much space on the floor, just being the size that he was. Like, it's like it's different between Jeremiah Fears taking that shot and Paolo taking that shot. If
Hugely.
Jeremiah takes that shot, he more than likely got there a lot quicker, a lot faster, and it's probably not as contested. And what may be a jumper for Paolo could be a floater for Fears. It just looks different. You're putting a different kind of pressure on the defense, and that's one of the things that I learned. Jamal cares about the pressure that the defense, like the looks that they're getting consistently, because he's trying to open up certain things at the end of the game. And when you're bailing a defense out consistently, and we're basing our whole offense, our rhythm off of if you're having a good night rhythm wise, that's not good offense. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so I could see that. I could see that mentally. That's a really good point, five.
Man, y'all boys is potting, man. Y'all potting, man. Firecrack the code. You know what I'm saying? Chris, you sustain the point. And to be honest, man, shit, I agree. Like all them damn middies would piss me off. Especially if I'm more pace and space, like, yeah, like you fucking the floor up.
Yeah, I don't think he would. Jamal Mosley probably is not like tripping about like he's not tripping about like how you got. Well, he probably tripping about how you got said shot, but it's like you're stopping the motion of everybody else to get your shit up. And
Yeah.
when you make it, it's cool. I'm gonna probably still tell you about it, but it's cool. When you start missing, and then Paolo had one of them stretches where he couldn't make anything for about a month, it got ugly quick. And I'm pretty sure he heard it from his coaching staff at that. And I'm sure things went super south at that point because you messing up the progression of the entire team doing it. And I like Paulo. I really do like Paulo. I think there's an opportunity for him to be really good. And he's just got to get out of his own way. Like it's not like truly like a health thing for him. It's like truly just a basketball and a mental thing for him. And having a guy like Mosley that wants to play defense first and run out in transition, and you trying to slow up so you can get a pull up too. Hey, it ain't working like that. It's just not. Maybe back in 03 it would have worked. Probably 07, 08. But now, nah, that's not happening.
Bro, the thing about it is, first of all, how he plays basketball, he's controlling the middle of the floor. So now you taking it's like your gravity is working in the opposite because you're negating everything for everybody else because you are in the middle of the floor doing this shit. I could see if you pick a side of the floor, right, and you went with your move, that way everybody can space. We can slide.
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck am I supposed to go if you're in the middle of the floor? It's four other defenders there. It's really hard. Go ahead.
Lito, I think that's all. It also doesn't help that him and Franz play so similar. Franz is more downhill though than Paolo is, I would say, consistently. He doesn't necessarily settle as much. Franz is getting to the free throw line a little bit more. I think those two are going to have to figure out what Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum figured out. Together, they're gonna have to figure that out because we're gonna be hearing, if we're not hearing it already, like those two don't fit, those two don't work well together. Okay, well, yeah, we have some similar strengths and tendencies and likes, but it's on us to use our gravity together to get the best out of the group that we have, versus it just being your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. Orlando has to figure out, and I'm this is an Orlando show, but
I know.
Orlando has to figure out how to does that mean, well, if it wasn't Desmond Bain, okay, what do we need an actual point guard? Do we need to act like what's gonna help bring the best out of those two? What I'm curious about, we bring it back to the Pelicans, is what kind of similar issues or challenges will Mosley face with how this roster sets up, with some of the similarities and spots that guys like to get to. And you don't have a CJ McCollum right now sacrificing and saying early, I'm going to shoot more threes because I know these two guys are not.
Right. Well, we got another guy we're supposed to talk about that. But man, listen, That's a wrap, man. We here. We 25 minutes, man. We it's a bang job, bro. We robbed the show. It's over. Y'all got any questions, concerns, whatever? Y'all want to talk about anybody else? Any other free agents that the Pelicans signed? Drop a comment, you know what I'm saying, after this, and we'll get back with y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, Lito, real quick.
I heard
real
that
quick.
so wrong.
Yeah, I just need to know what kind of job you was referring to.
Huh?
It was a bank job.
Who paying?
No, I'm just asking. Was it a bank job? Did you say who paying? That's so crazy. So
Nah. What my dog Polo G said? I cleaned up the rules, man.
That's a
it's not the deal.
In the show, man.
Yeah, of course, NIL season is one of our favorite times around the office, but let's just say it's taken the NIL athletes a little time to get adjusted to the law firm environment.
Yeah, we handled that case. Yeah, we got it. It's good.
Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah, well, I'm listening.
Hey, watch out, little Scott. It's David.
Thanks for listening, and don't forget to hit subscribe. Leave a 5-star rating and write a review. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.